Yeah.
All right.
All right, we're going with players now. So we're going to start with Oklahoma State wide receiver Tate Martin. Obviously, a great day for him with 10 catches, 104 yards, and 3 touchdown catches. So we'll go straight to questions for Tay, starting with Jacob. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, those 2 drops, how much did those eat at you and motivate you the rest of the way?
Man, I can only words don't express how much it was eating me up, but it was great to have my teammates there supporting me, through that time and, just keeping me positive. And I'm a vet, so I've been through those situations numerous of times, so I know it's the next play. But, those things usually it's just a mental thing, with those catches. You got to look every catch in, and I just try to get back to the little things and, do the best I can to help my team.
And a follow-up, what does it mean to finish this way for you?
Man, it means the most for me because just for my family and, for my little girl and for my siblings. I mean, we've been through a lot, and to have this ending this way is a dream come true. And I know my family and everybody else at home, proud of me, and I'm just grateful I can finish out with these guys, man.
Eli, go ahead.
All right, I've got 2 for you, Tay. I think I asked you this in Lubbock, but I think it's worthy of coming back to again. When you've had the time to reflect on this season and the journey you guys have been on, what have some of those reflections been?
Man, it's been some great memories, man, with these guys in the locker room, man. It's just the chemistry we have. It was unmatched as a team, when you just work with guys every day, you build those bonds, and it's just fun to play out there with them. So just building those relationships and those bonds with these guys is just been the most fun part to me, and getting these, networking and having each other back on the field has been the most. Just go out there and play for my brother.
And I know that the last 2 years here at OSU, you've spoken about how much it's been growth on the field as much as it is, or off the field as much as it is on the field. Where do you feel like you've changed?
Just mentally, as far as the X and O's, I'm recognizing coverages faster than I was. I mean, of course I will, because that comes with just, repetition, but it's just getting in depth with my playbook and just knowing everybody else's route, knowing what everybody else is doing, what I mean? Just when you know those things, it goes a long way, and it improves your game tremendously.
Luke, go ahead.
Congrats on the big win. Just wanted to ask you, at what
Thank you.
point during the game did you know as a team that you guys really could pull off this comeback and the confidence started to come back along with that momentum? What moment in the game did you realize, oh, wow, we really can pull this thing off? And then, of course, 30 unanswered.
I never had any doubt that we wasn't going to pull it off, honestly. That's just being me, and that's just our mentality as a team, honestly. We always knew we was in the game. It was just a matter of waking up and limiting the mistakes, We always knew we had a chance of winning, but we just had to limit the little mistakes and just get our groove and kind of get comfortable in the game, if that makes sense,
Ben, go ahead.
Hey, Taya, after a rough game for Spencer in Arlington, what do you think it means to him to come out here and play the way he did today?
It means the most, what I mean? Just in general for us as a team, we all as a team behind Spencer, and he knows it as well. So he doesn't have no worry or whatever when he gets out there. He just goes out there and give it all he got for us. So just seeing him laying his body out on the line like that for me and for the team as well just motivates me to just go out there and play as hard. So just having a game like that and him just balling out, he's a stud. It's just what he do. I'm just used to seeing it.
What part of his game today, if I might ask a quick follow-up, was most impressive in your opinion today?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what part of Spencer's performance today impressed you the most?
Just the way he was just escaping the pocket and getting loose with the rack and then just the extra yards, and it just allowed the defense to basically watch him and QB spy him a lot, and I was able to get a little man coverage a little more than usual. So we kind of fed off each other, and I was glad to see him just getting loose a little bit, with his legs.
Jacob, go ahead.
Jaden had that touchdown early. How far has Jaden come along this season?
Man, he's come along a long way. I remember the day he walked in, with the raw footwork and stuff like that. He reminded me of myself coming in as a freshman. You don't know as much as you should know, and just seeing him come along, how he did is amazing. And I'm proud of him, and I know he will be a great player in the future.
Any final questions for Tay? All right, Tay, congratulations.
Thank
Go
you,
enjoy
guys.
it with your teammate.
Thank you, guys.
If you could kind of talk us through what this day was like for you, being your last Oklahoma State game, and just the magnitude of this game and the environment and all of it.
I mean, yeah, like Gunny said, it's one of the biggest games in history. We had one of the best school records in history. Great defense. We come to a great bowl in a great city. Great fans was here, great energy, and we just laid it all out on the field, man. It wasn't the best first half we had, and in halftime, Gunny was just like, we just got to finish. And we, as leaders, man, we went in there as like, guys, like, we not ending our season like this, and we did what we had to do to come back and get a dub, man.
Haley Hart.
Hi, Devin. I know all season it's been talked about the leadership that you and Malcolm Rodriguez bring. And of course, you finished this game as the two leading tacklers. What has it meant to you now that you look back at the whole season just to have that experience playing alongside Malcolm as a defensive leader?
He like a brother to me, man. He know I love him. He loved me. And we always had to pick each other up when we down. We really got to do that much. But if it comes down to it, we got great teammates that motivate us. They look up to us. And as, captains, you got to love it, man. When people look up to you, that's a big thing. And we try to set it in stone that y'all could be like us and y'all could do that next year and the years after. And that's what we just try to set that mentality in their heads. And that's what we're trying to do here at Oklahoma State.
Any other questions for Devin today? Scott Wright, go ahead.
Devin, in the first half, you guys were really good against the run. It seemed like they just kind of abandoned that in the second half. How did that change your game plan, your focus?
we was stuffing the run. We just went back to our base stuff, and we kept the DBs up and kept them saying, like, we got y'all. We just hold them a little longer. We gonna get home, and we did that, and nobody panicked. We got a great defense, a great back end, and a great leaders back there, Kobe Pill and all of them, and they made sure they came out the second half ready to go and stop the passes. And then at that point, it is what it is after that.
Haley Hart, follow-up question.
Yes, Devin, I know we just talked to him, but what did you think of how Jabar Muhammad was able to play today?
He did great. I was telling him the whole time, man, you doing your thing, and it's a big stage, man. And for him to do that on a big stage like this, that's great for him. And he has a bright future ahead of him.
The players about and Coach Gundy about how big a game this was. You were out there a lot, maybe the most in your career to this point. What was the atmosphere like for you, and what did it feel like to have the game that you had?
It was a really crazy atmosphere. A game with this magnitude, knowing what it means to this program, it can have a lot of pressure on certain people, but we just came out there, we went out there and had fun, and our brothers was behind us, and we had a pretty good game.
Marshall Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, Jabar, you and Corey both played a lot. Was that the game plan going in? Did something kind of make that happen? Why did you guys play so much?
I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the Baylor game, Sip had went down with I think rotator cuff or something like that. Something was wrong with his shoulder. And we never knew he was going to be back in time. So, we all, in preparation, we all just practiced like ones, We knew that it was going to be a certain type of rotation, but I'm with you guys. I didn't know I was going to be out there that much either. But, we all prepared like ones, and that was the outcome.
Cody Nagel, next question.
Yeah, Jabar, you've seen sort of an increase in snaps over, dating back to last year. Is there a play in particular that, you kind of realize, like, okay, I can play at this level. I'm comfortable doing this?
In this game?
Just, I guess, throughout this whole season, is there a play that kind of stood out that you remember that, okay, I can play at this level?
probably my half sack against Missouri State. I feel really comfortable doing that.
Any other questions for Jabar? Scott Wright, go ahead.
Yeah, Jabar, Colby was talking about how you guys were able to be a little bit more aggressive in your coverage in the second half. What did that look like from your vantage point, and how much do you think that helped you guys?
Oh yes, sir. Well, in the first half, they was doing a lot of quick access plays. A lot of quick game, and we was playing off coverage about 7-8 yards. So the emphasis in halftime was we got to get up in their faces, got to be aggressive. So that's what we did, and I feel like that's what we should have did from the jump. That's who we are.
Okay, we'll go ahead and lead off with questions here again. Eli, go ahead.
Hey, Josh. I think we've talked a lot to you guys about days where you had to dig deep and pull out a comeback. Where do you think this one ranks in terms of this season's, comebacks?
Oh, man. This is a special one, especially for the group of seniors, to go out with a win. But not only us, but, for everyone that's coming back next year and, sending off everyone the right way of going into next year is a huge momentum booster. I just couldn't be any more proud of the guys for fighting the way they did and staying with it. I think we were down 14 at one point, maybe more. Just the resiliency, man. There's no words to really describe it. I just couldn't be any more thankful and couldn't be any more proud to be a part of this football team with this such great group of guys.
And as a quick follow-up with you, is you came off injured at one point, and I know a few weeks ago you told the training staff they weren't keeping you off the field. Was that the same case today?
No, it just kind of scared me more than anything. I just kind of got rolled up on, but no, I'm good. I think they expected it and they knew what my answer was going to be, so they didn't really question me much.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, guys, we have Josh Sills here from Oklahoma State, offensive lineman. So use the raise hand function if you have any questions. With that, Barry, go ahead.
Josh, you guys are down 28-7 late there in the first half, and you go out with 1:16 left, and in 4 plays you go to length of the field, cut it to 28-14 at halftime. How important was that as a momentum switch and sort of give you some hope that you could make this comeback?
That's huge, especially when you get the ball back right out of halftime. That's a huge momentum swing for us. That right there was 14 points. And I mean, like you just said, we went to length to the field in how many ever seconds. And then we come out first thing, third quarter, we score. So that's a huge momentum swing. That's 14 points right there. And I feel like that was kind of really the turning point of the game of that first drive of the third quarter. We all knew that was going to be an important drive, and that was really going to determine how the rest of the game went for us. We talked about it in the locker room with the coaches and, the players, and we realized how important that drive was. But kudos to Coach Dunn, the whole, Coach Gundy, the whole offensive coaching staff. They had a great game plan, and just thankful that we executed it well today.
Gundy told us that at halftime he challenged everybody and said, anybody that think was going to win, stay in the locker room. And it strikes me as he didn't need to do that. You guys have done this before. You did it at Boise State, you did it at Texas. You turned the game around, played much better in the second half. You confident that, hey, we're in this thing?
Yeah, and he challenged us, but he challenges us every day, whether that's practice or, in the weight room or getting in and watching film. And the biggest thing for me is, it's how you respond. And we came out with kind of a fire under us. He lit a fire under us. Everyone on this team, loves to be challenged. And especially the way that, he challenges us. So we just kind of took it and ran with it. And yeah, just, I'm super beyond thankful to be a part of this football team, be around such a great group of guys.
Jacob, go ahead.
Josh, I got 2 questions. I don't think you talked much about Spencer yet. What do you think the way he played and responded, considering the way the Baylor game went?
Oh man, Spencer's my guy. Like I said after the Baylor game, there's a lot of people that's going to badmouth him. They can come see me. They got to get through me first. But no, Spencer's my guy. He's going to ball out regardless. Played his tail off. He's more than deserving of that award. I'm sure there's 6 or 7 other guys that just as well, deserve that award. But no, super proud of him. He's got a super bright future, works his ass off every day. And, he just puts his head down, grinds, good, bad, or ugly. You get the same Spencer every time you look at him. He's super happy, smile, laughing. Hey, it is what it is. Next play, move on. But no, he's my guy.
I don't know a lot of people are going to come to you to go through to get to Spencer. I don't think that seems like a good idea. And then my second question, I believe I could be wrong here, but I think you have another year of eligibility. Do you know what your future plans are yet? We haven't asked you yet.
No, I haven't decided, but I would say more than likely I won't be coming back, but I'm not for sure yet. That'll be something I have to sit down with my family, Coach Glass, Coach Gundy, Coach Dunn, Coach Dickey here in the upcoming weeks and talk to them about.
Thanks, Josh.
Yep.
Any other questions for Josh Sills? Barry, go ahead.
Yeah, Josh, you guys dominated the second half, but you had those 2 fumbles that sort of made things interesting. How tense did things get? You guys keep knocking on the door, but didn't really put them away until the very end.
Yeah. That's kind of disappointing. Obviously we want to punch those in the end zone and finish. We had a couple drives here and there where, we should have finished. We get in the red zone there. We got to punch it in, or we get inside the 30, got to punch it in. But hats off to our defense. They've done what they've done all year. They do it really well. But just a few mistakes here and there. That was the big thing, we talked about at halftime, of just a few small, simple mistakes here and there, myself included, maybe changes the game or changes the entire first half. And, the second half, we got those mistakes corrected, came out, and we just came out swinging, and we didn't stop. And, like I said, I just couldn't be more proud of the resiliency of this team, the mental and the physical toughness, and, just the willingness to go to battle. Coach Gundy, I think he hit it right on the head when he said we were just warriors. We just go to battle every snap, and, we love each other. We care about each other, and we play for the person next to us. And, I showed again today.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Congratulations.
Thank you. Go Pokes.
From the start, but to start with, just when you look back at your whole OSU career, just what do you think of your whole time here, and how fitting was it for you to be able to end the season with that interception?
It was awesome. I'm grateful to be here, and I've had a fun ride, just developing and growing with the guys, and I'm gonna miss the guys and the coaching staff. So it's just one of those things where we ended on a W, so I can't complain about that.
My other question is more for the big picture of the program. I know after the game, Coach Gundy had said, there was the whole big deal about playing Notre Dame and how they had such a recognizable logo. And he said, we've got a logo too. What do you think that this means just for the Oklahoma State football program as a whole?
It's just one of those things, like he said, like we're that program, like we're a well-known logo across the country. And so just one of those things where we just, bring the best out of people and just, go out there to show that we're not no scrub.
All right, Scott Wright.
Malcolm, take us through the interception and kind of what you were looking at. It looked like there was a read involved there that you picked up on something, maybe.
Yeah, and we knew that that they were hitting a lot of empty at the end, and they were hitting for the hash mark. So we were in a man free, and I kind of baited them to the one receiver side, and I knew that, like I said, they were hitting the hash marks, and I kind of just sunk in the hash, and he ended up throwing it on the hash.
Next question, Dean Rule.
Malcolm, can you kind of walk me through some of the adjustments you guys made at halftime?
Yeah, Joe Bob and the defensive staff wanted to, get more aggressive. We went to our base calls, and it's one of those things where, we were throwing punches at the line of scrimmage. We pressed, we played off in the first half, and it wasn't working. So we came in, adjusted, and we went at their face, and, we wanted to play aggressive, and it ended up working out.
Next question, Sam Hutchins.
Malcolm, with this being, and I'll say this first, the press box windows are pretty thick here. Someone said you might have said, like, I'll be back or something, but I don't think Devin has ability left. You can correct me, but Did the finality of this this whole game and maybe your career, did that impact how you played in the game at all?
I was just trying to do the best for my team, and I just wanted to go out with a bang. And I'll be back for games for sure. Coming back and visiting some Stillwater games. That's what I meant. But it's been fun here, and I just love the guys and love this team.
Got the snacks going over here. Eli, go ahead. Lead it off.
Brandon, I knew it was you before you sat down because I saw the starburst.
I drank too much caffeine this morning, so I kind of need sugar right now.
Were you pretty amped up?
I'm very amped up.
Well, earlier this week, you called this, I think, the closest team you've ever played for. And Spencer, I don't know if you were in the room, was just talking about sort of the emotions at the end of this season. What to you are you going to remember from this group?
Just a brotherhood of like everybody's leaving, and even the people who are staying. I mean, we're so close. I mean, I think there was a couple of nights where like we don't have curfew and people can go out, and like we literally just all stayed in the hospitality room and just play the game and just like talk trash to each other and just like being around each other. I mean, that's the thing that we love the most. And you saw it on the field. I mean, when I fumbled, people came up to me. When Spencer fumbled, people like, you're going to make mistakes out there. So the closer you are as a team, then the more you can go out there and just play freely and not have to worry about anything.
We got Oklahoma State wide receiver Brendan Presley here, led all receivers with 10 catches for 137 yards. Use the raise hand function if you have any questions for him. Eli, go ahead.
Brendan, you seem to like playing in bowl games. You guys, we've asked each of them, but what flipped around, the end of the second half, and then when you came out after halftime, and how big was getting to kind of get both ends of it, scoring on either side of the half?
It was big getting the score come out of the half. And I mean, we do the 2-minute drill almost like over this like break that we had. Well, not really break, but like the bowl prep. We did 2-minute, if not every day, it was like every other day, and we always like did good in 2 minutes. So I mean, that 2-minute drive coming before the half. I mean, we knew it was the same stuff as practice. It's just practice, and then come out the half. We knew we needed a big drive, so it was just coming out there and just making plays. If they went man, then beat man. If they went zone, find the open hole. So I mean, it was just really just the practice that like really set in at that point.
Barry, go ahead.
Brandon, Coach Gundy told us that at halftime he challenged everybody. We don't want anybody coming out unless you believe we can win this game. But it seems like this is a team that didn't need that kind of challenge. You guys have been doing this all year. Boise State, Texas, all kinds of games. You're down and you rally. What is it about this team that makes you guys come back even when things aren't going great?
I think it's the resiliency. I mean, normally when a team gets down, you see, whether it's the defense giving up points or the offense not scoring, you see teams, they kind of like, butt heads and like, come on, like, you guys score points, or like, we're getting stops, you guys aren't doing this, or like the offense where there's, come on, defense get stops. Like you just see like the bickering and the fighting and stuff like that. But with us and defense come off the field, if we're down, they help us, and they don't. It's not any we're doing this, you guys need to pick it up or anything like that. It's always motivation because we know what they can do and they know what we can do at any given time. So it's just that trust that we have in each other that allows us to go out there and once again just play freely. You make a mistake, oh well, next play. We know what people can do on this team, and it's just all about stepping up and making those plays.
Ben, go ahead.
Brennan, what do you think this game means to Spencer after he had a rough performance in the Big 12 championship?
What I think this game means to him? I mean, he's capable of doing this. I mean, people may not see it. I mean, they may see one bad game and just totally like write him off or stuff. But like I said, we know what he can do. He does it every day in practice. So the fact that he comes out here and, he throws 4 touchdowns and stuff like that, it's not shocking to us. And we're not in the locker room talking about, oh, great game, Spencer. Of course, he had a great game. But at the same time, it's like he does this. We know what he can do. So it may be a shock to everybody else, but like at the same time, we believe in him. We trust in him. And we go out there every single day and we'll fight for him no matter what. So.
Ben, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ben, go ahead.
I'm good. I don't have another. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, Eli, go ahead.
Brandon, I asked Spencer to walk me through it, and you kind of got there. But that drive after halftime, you guys were moving fast. Spencer completed 8 of his 9 passes, and you guys, that was probably the most methodical drive today. What can you kind of walk us through on that one?
I know we came out and it was like, I think it was like 2 quick runs, and then he threw the like out kind of like to me, and they thought I didn't catch it. Actually, well, I don't know if I can say it. Oh, I don't care. I actually bet I bet 3 of the people on Notre Dame. I bet 7, I bet 41, and I bet somebody else. I was like, I know I caught it. And they were like, no, you did not. So I was like, put 20 on it. So I won 60 from them. I'm not going to take it though. But I know I won 60. And then we did another like out like corner type thing. And like, I swear I thought my foot was in bounds. If I was like 6'5", then maybe I toe tap that one and like get in bounds. But and then Tate made catches and stuff like that. So it was that drive was honestly, I really didn't even know. Like I forgot that was the first drive of the half. To me, it was just like an extension of how the end of the first half went and onto the second half. So for me, I was really just out there playing. Like I forgot it was the first drive until I came off the field. So I think we were all out there just like playing loose because like after that 2-minute drive, we were just telling ourselves like, we know we can do this. So it was just that trust that we have in ourselves.
And just as a follow-up, Coach Gundy, I don't know if you heard him. He called this probably the biggest win in school history. Is there enough separation from the field right now for that to kind of sink in, or is that going to take a while?
The biggest win in terms of like importance, or
well, that's just what he called it. And I mean, what does it feel like knowing that you were a part of that and played a pretty prominent role?
It feels good. I'm not gonna lie, it feels good. I mean, because they're the number 5 team in the nation. So I mean, like, if something happens, they're in the playoffs. So that's a playoff style team. I mean, they're big, they're rough. They came out there, they hit us hard, and we came back and we hit them hard too. So just to know what you can do against, the top tier teams like in the NCAA, I mean, it's a good feeling. And, maybe it is one of the biggest wins in Oklahoma State history. I don't know, but I know it feels good right now.
Appreciate it, Brennan.
Any final questions for Brandon? All right, congrats, man.
Oh.